Heyo! So, I'm going to make a little video about what to expect for your first week of first year in fashion design / fashion communications, since it is a combined first year of both programs. During the first week, reminder that school starts on September the 8th, which is a Tuesday, that you will be essentially just reviewing the course outline for every course you go to. So, you go to fashion design, the prof will say, take out your course outline, we're going to talk about what we're doing for the entire semester. There was only one class that I actually did something in the first week, and that was illustration. It was just a really quick warm-up, just so the teacher could walk around and kind of see what drawing abilities people had, and I really enjoy illustration. That was my favorite first day of first year. Mostly because, like, Kyle Stewart, #1, yo, real MVP. He's a hilarious prof. Anyways, so your first week, how the weeks work at Ryerson is, since we started at Tuesday, that technically is the first day of the week, even though to us it's Monday because that's after the weekend. However, that's not the case. So week 1 will be Tuesday to Tuesday. Week 2 will then be the same next Tuesday to Tuesday. It might be confusing because people who have classes on Monday may feel that they're a week behind to the people who had class on Tuesday. For example, if I have fashion design on Tuesday, but my friend has it on Monday, that's the same lesson, however, they're learning it 6 days later than me. And as for due dates, that'll be judged by what day you have your class. So, of course, it'll say not a date, but it'll say on your course outlines during the week 1 this is assigned, it'll be due week 5. It doesn't say September the 15th because everyone has classes at a different time. Another little thing about classes is that some do take attendance. For example, the fundamentals lecture and the textiles lab both take attendance. So, if you do miss X number of classes, then you're out of the course and you've lost that credit. So be careful. I'm not sure if some others will have added attendance taking. However, those were the 2 courses where attendance was very mandatory and very noticed if you didn't go. Also, for fashion, don't think that you need to bring your textbook to every single class, because on the outline, it'll say what the heck you're doing. So you can judge whether or not. And usually the prof will tell you if you need to bring your textbook to certain things. And they won't get too angry if you don't have your textbook or your kit, because during class, they'll review the textbooks you need and your kit. They'll go through every single item and talk about it and tell you what it's used for. So essentially what I do sometimes in these videos, except it's the prof. So it might be slightly different, which is important. I.e., there might be 1 or 2 items cited or 1 or 2 taken away. So again, don't feel pressured to buy your kit the first day before class and feel prepared, because don't worry, you're not going to be unprepared if you don't come with it. It might actually be better, because then you'll know exactly what to buy and what you're getting in the kit. So I suggest that when you go into the class, don't be afraid to go and sit wherever the heck you want. Don't just sit at the end just because it's an easy escape at the end of class and you don't want to talk to people. Don't be afraid to get to know people, because first year is where everyone is the new kid. So if you're going to be open to meeting new people and making those connections, then hopefully so will the other people. They're not going to be rude necessarily. Maybe they're just more introverted. However, I suggest you start making allies in the program, because it'll make your journey much more enjoyable. I sound allies like it's a battle. It isn't, but it's just it's just really helpful. This puts me on another note when I mention allies in Battlefield, is that people have this impression that fashion is very competitive and very cutthroat and manipulative, like Project Runway 24/7. It isn't. People can be quite nice. They are quite nice, of course, just like any other program. There are some buttholes, but, pick your friends. It's really nice because fashion students, I find my friends, we really helped each other out, especially with studying and doing certain projects, because things we didn't understand, perhaps my friend understood it much better and could help explain it to me, or vice versa, or just working on projects as a group together, and suffering is one. My friends had a lot of different teachers than I, and they were in different sections, so things that teachers told them and mine didn't, I found a lot more helpful in explaining it. Make lots of good friends in the program. It'll help you in the long run, too. Other things you do during the first week outside of school, there is a lot of extracurricular promotion. For example, there is like a fair that is held in the Kerr Hall Quad, where there's booths put up by all the different clubs and associations of Ryerson. And there are representatives there that you can go talk to. They give away free stuff a lot of the time. They tell you about the clubs. And yeah, it's a really good time at Ryerson. Also, in note of first week, following that, there's going to be stuff open at the gym for trials, such as classes. And I highly suggest you take advantage of those. In your tuition, you've already paid for a membership to the gyms. That's right, gyms. We have the RAC and the MAC. Those are two separate gyms and different facilities and different things there. And the dance classes are really fun to do trials of with your friends. You know, just get a taste of it and then see if you want to commit. Some other fun things to do. I don't know. This just turned into like a tourism video now. But essentially, I just highly suggest you go to all the opening nights for all these different clubs and events at Ryerson. For example, Wednesdays at Ram the Rye, which is our pub, is open mic nights. And dude, there's so much fun to watch or to perform at. My friend and I, we got up there, what was it, the second week, Wes and I, and did this ridiculous acoustic cover of 369 by Little John and the East Side Boys. It was hilarious, and to this date, that's definitely my top Frosh memory. In general, it's just put yourself out there, and you're going to have a great time.